I have always gone to Target to shop because I have always found it nicer and more peaceful than other stores. But there was this one time that changed everything. This happened about 1 year ago. I was making my usual Target run, buying groceries that I needed for the week. I would usually go later at night because it was less busy, and I hated being around people. It was around 8:30 when I got to the store and started doing my shopping. I'm a 25-year-old female in workout, so I have a nice body and would always get looked at. I was down the pet aisle looking for food for my dog when I heard an older voice say, "You look very pretty." I jumped a little because I didn't hear the person at all come into the aisle. I turned around to see who it was, and it was an older-looking gentleman, probably in his late 50s. I responded with a nervous, "Oh, thanks," wanting to end the conversation short. I continued down the aisle, but I didn't hear the man walk away at all. When I turned around, he was just there, standing in the same spot, just looking at me. It was a very creepy look he was giving me, like he was in a spell or something. Being uncomfortable, I walked to the next aisle. I saw something that I wanted to get for my dog, and so I went to reach for it and put it in the cart. My heart started to race when I looked up down this aisle and I saw this creepy man at the end of the aisle just standing there looking at me. This time he was licking his lips in a weird way, and he said, "You look so damn good, Mommy." I told him in a very loud voice, "You better stop and get away from me." I pushed my cart out the aisle and decided to speed walk down the store to the clothes section to try to lose him. My heart was racing very fast, and a million things were going through my head, like, what did this man want with me? Why is he doing this? I decided to go into the dressing room to try to wait it out. When I got in there, I texted my sister to let her know what was happening and to keep a lookout for my location on the iPhone app, because I have heard a lot of stories of young girls getting kidnapped. Out of nowhere, I heard another person walk into the dressing room next to mine. I read the sound of the door closing slowly. I started to get very nervous and scared, because what if it was that guy and I was stuck in this room? I took a step back very slowly, trying to make no sound, but the beat of my heart sounded like it can be heard throughout the whole store. A voice whispered at me from the other side and said, "I can't wait to have a piece of you." I cried out a very loud scream because I recognized that voice. It was the same creepy man that had been following me. I continued to cry for help and heard the door next to me open and the man running away. After about 30 seconds, a worker came to check what was going on. I finally opened the door and was so thankful for someone coming to help me out. I explained what had happened, and one of the security guards explained how they saw an older man running out of the store. I told the store that I wanted the police to come so that they can try to find the man. The cops were able to see the video and saw how the old creepy man followed me around the whole store from the very outside of it. The cops told me that they will try to keep a lookout, and Target said that the man would not be allowed in the store anymore if he tries to come again. Now, whenever I go shopping anywhere, I make sure to keep a lookout around me because there are many creepy people in this world. I have been working at Target for about 1 year now. I worked in the back room, unloading the truck and getting the freight ready for overnight. Usually at the end of the day, when all trash was full, one of us would go outside and leave it out there. The spot was around the building, so it was like a 2-minute walk over there. Today it was my turn to do it. I didn't mind because it was the end of the shift, and I was getting some fresh air after being inside for almost 8 hours. And I would always take my time because I would hide from my manager so that I wouldn't do any more work. I rolled out this big cart full of trash. The fresh breeze was feeling so good, and it was nighttime already with just the lights of the store lighting the area. I had my phone out in one hand while I pulled out the trash with the other. When I got to the area where I had to leave the trash, I heard a noise behind one of the trash bins. I didn't think much because there were always some animals trying to dig through the trash. I started to remove the trash from my cart when I heard some more noise behind the trash bins. I went on Snapchat to record what I was going to find to try to be funny. Little did I know that video would never get posted. As I walked around the corner of the trash bin, my heart stopped beating for a second. There was a person with a ski mask on and a hoodie there, standing pointing a knife at me. I froze when I saw him. He yelled out, "Give me your phone and all your money or else." I reached into my pocket with my shaky hands and grabbed the little cash that I had and handed it over to him and my phone. The guy grabs the items and says, "You better not move, 'cause I will hurt you." He took off running with my things into the night. I waited there for a second, catching my breath and thinking how lucky I had been not to be hurt. I ran back inside the store and told my manager what had happened. The cops were called, but a lot couldn't be done because we couldn't see his face on camera. Our manager after that made us take out the trash in groups of 3 to be safe. The guy was never found, but I'm grateful that he let me live. I'm a 20-year-old girl. I have been working at Target for about over a year now. I did the online pickup and take the items out to the cars. I liked it because it was easy and chill. It was about 9 p.m. when I finished up the last order of the day. There was only one item that I needed to get for this last customer. It was a 6-pack of beer. That was the only item on the order. It was a little weird for me because usually there would be like 20 items on an order. But I was happy because it was going to go by quickly. I got the beer and headed outside the store to take the order to the customer. The car was an older minivan. As I walked to the minivan, I couldn't shake this feeling. I walked around to the driver's side. The window came down and there was a man probably in his 30s with a hat on. It was hard to see him because of the hat and because it was nighttime. I said to him, "Just one 6-pack of beer, right?" He responded with, "Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to let you know you're very cute and wanted to know if you had a boyfriend." I responded in a nervous voice, "Thanks, but yes, I have a boyfriend." I was just lying because I didn't want anything with this guy. His face turned into an angry look. I tried to give him the beer, but he said, "Put it in the back." I was very scared at this point. I was thinking he wanted to kidnap me. He opened the back door from inside the car. He looked at me the whole time as I put the beer in the minivan. That's when I felt a hand grab onto mine. He was trying to pull me into the minivan. I bit into his arm and he let go as he let out a scream. I ran back to the store screaming, "Help, someone help me, he is trying to kidnap me." The van took off as I reached inside the store. I was crying at this point and my other coworkers came up to find out what was going on. I told them what had happened and the police were called. Luckily enough, the cameras had picked up the license plate of the guy and he was arrested shortly after. I ended up finding out that he was previously arrested for also trying to kidnap another girl. I'm lucky to be here and tell my story to the world.